Okay, Gary, thank you so much. In the matter of fact, malaria is a preventable and treatable disease. However, as WHO annual report indicates, still it kills hundreds of millions of people each year. Anyway, one of the biggest challenges in affecting malaria is accurate and timely diagnosis. Therefore, this study mainly focuses on how machine learning algorithms can be automate malaria detection and classification for enhancing performance, speed, and accessibility, right? Research mainly focuses as introduction part. In introduction part, it mainly focuses on highlighting some basic informations about the malaria, about its problem statements, objectives, significance of the study, and some basic or our starting points of the hypothesis, right? On the literature review part, we will mainly focus on some basic theoretical concepts as well as related works. In meteorology, we will see the procedure we have followed to design or to develop this malaria detection and classification system, and the proposed system itself, and the model, the selected model. In result and discussion, we will experiment with right? Lastly, we will see the conclusion and future works. So, as introduction, malaria is transmitted and spread to human by the infective bites of female Anopheles mosquito. It causes fever, vomiting, headaches, and fatigues. Right? There are basically 4 types of malaria parasites. We can add the 5, which is right? The first one is Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum. This is mainly happens in developing countries, especially in Ethiopia, right? The third one is, and also it is causes for diseasing of millions of hundreds of people, especially in developing countries, right? Then Plasmodium malaria, Plasmodium ovale, right? The WHO 2023 GC annual report indicates that the malaria parasite is a global health problem causing over 1 million human infections annually. Especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, there had been an increase in malaria incidence and mortality rates, right? The report about Ethiopia indicates Ethiopia recorded a 32.5% increases in confirmed malaria cases between 2021 and 2022. To date, in 2023, reported malaria cases have increased by 150% and 120% in northern part of Ethiopia, especially in Tigray. I think it happens due to the devastating war happened between Ethiopia and Tigray, right? Then, the WHO 2023 GC annual report identified that the number of global malaria cases in 2022 was significantly higher than before the pandemic in 2019, right? And the number of global malaria diseases in 2022 was also higher than in 2019. When we see the WHO 2024 GC annual report, the report submitted in 2023 has been strengthened, right? Then this ensures that malaria as a global health problem. After the COVID-19 pandemic, there had been an increase in malaria incidence and mortality rates. In 2023, there were 246 million cases and 569,000 diseases in the WHO African region, especially in sub-Saharan countries, right? When we see the annual report, the 2019 GC annual report of Ethiopia, actually I have not found any reports yet except for the 2019 report. So when we see the report, malaria is one of the top 10 high burden diseases in Ethiopia at national and subnational levels, with an estimated around 5 million cases in 2019. The population at risk increased from around 60 million to 75 million between the year 2010 and 2018, right? Therefore, we can say that malaria is an endemic and serious public health problems in Ethiopia, right? So, since malaria is an endemic and serious public health problem around the globe, applying an automated method for parasite detection based on the machine learning algorithms can reduce the time taken for screening the disease, right? Besides, it's very essential for the intervention against the disease, right? To this end, the study will answers which machine learning model provides high performance. We will compare different machine learning algorithms. Then we select one machine learning algorithm or one machine learning model according to the literature review, right? Then the second question: what are the critical factors that influence the accuracy and speed of malaria parasite detection? Not only on we will focus on the related works too. What are the critical factors that influence the accuracy and speed of malaria parasite detection? Because it's very critical in medical diagnosis, right? The third question, well, does the selected learning algorithm a promising approach to address different challenges happening on detection and classification of the malaria disease? Especially, we focuses on our hypothesis, then evaluates our hypothesis, then we will conclude whether it is promising or not for detection automatically the malaria parasite disease and not. Significance of this study is, it is I think it is to open the new ways for the diagnosis of malaria parasite, significantly targeting the detecting and classifying of the disease, and a reliable, accurate, and speedy malaria diagnosis technique will significantly help the detection of malaria and reduce the economic burden that the disease causes to many nations. And also, it provides all the necessary details with improved accuracy. Give us scientific knowledge. Lastly, it fills the existing research, right? Then, in our study, its main general objective is designing and developing of an automated malaria parasite detection and classification using machine learning algorithm with better accuracy, and we formulated with a smart way specific objectives like to select and apply appropriate types of malaria parasite detection and classification models as well as methods to investigate the effect of different features in blood smear image analysis, to enhance the overall detection capability of malaria parasite by introducing new machine learning techniques. يسمع لكم دمسي يسمع ديو؟
اسمعي.
Okay, thank you.
اسمعي.
ماشي. To test the effect of feature extraction and of as a hypothesis, we start malaria disease appeared in blood smear can be detected and classified using machine learning algorithms. Automatically using machine learning algorithms with better accuracy, with better efficiency, with better speed, accessibility, and efficiency, right? In classification and detection of malaria parasite with a supervised learning approach is very difficult to handle to complex features in therefore, a reinforcement learning approach offers a promising approach to address challenges. We argue and we formulate these models. However, our hypothesis on selecting the reinforcement learning algorithm somehow it fails basically because in medical process learning is very critical. because reinforcement learning is very difficult and complex formulation of information. So instead of part. Okay, in literature review, we have seen different theoretical concepts and different related works. As Arastu Thakur stated, traditional methods of image classification relied heavily on supervised learning algorithms, where models were trained on large we try to analyze different gap analysis. We formulate different gap analyses on the related works. Most of the researchers use similar or uniform data sets. However, they cannot use diverse data sets in order to perform their result efficient or robust. In our methodology, we have used GPU integrated and the procedure we have followed first up to the end. We studied some suitable for our design or for proposed system. Then the third step, we propose a system. The data is collected from different hospitals, especially from Adigrat, ቅድስት ማርያም Hospital, Aksum, Shire Hospital, and Tukur Anbessa Hospital. Then we formulate an image processing then classification provided. After that, the proposed system, يرى يودا.
يرانا يرانا.
After data is collected, resizing, normalization, degradation, data, then process data to feed to the main model that we have selected based on the data convolutional neural the model within this one, machine learning, we have developed after the our hypothesis was but we ensured reinforcement learning algorithms work directly interact with the environment. However, supervised learning algorithm is very critical for medical diagnosis. We selected adaptive learning supervised mechanism. Then classification of the process data. After the classification of the process data, we evaluated their performance based on accuracy, recall, when we got the result So in result indication, ADAM or adaptable optimizer is used. Most of the researchers use 80 figure around 10,000 data is collected from the hospitals. Then 80% then the result. Let's see the first result. Classification report of actually the deep one report convolutional neural network, convolutional reinforcement learning algorithms. We compare with when we use reinforcement learning, 97.8% achieved, recall 96.9 but the training time is 125 minutes. Around ሓደ ሰዓትን 25 ደቂቃን ወዲኡ ማለት እዩ። Then in more detail there is the confusion matrix of our model. On the diagonal we see the correctly classified samples, parasite images detected as a parasites and healthy images detected as healthy of the diagonal. We see misclassifications. For instance, when a parasite image is classified as a healthy, that is a false negative, which is critical in medical diagnosis because it may lead to untreated malaria. Around 5%, around 5%. From the true negative, it loses around 87. Parasited or infected, no, infected you do detect very well. Then the second experiment, convolutional neural network using adaptive learning algorithms, as we have seen. And it takes 75 minutes. يخل كافتا بعد أفتا أنت اسمه بافت بجيميل بإيميل اللي يخل كله.
No problem. Continue.
For more detail, let's see the confusion matrix. The two blue colors are for the true values, which is the first one 1527 for infected or parasited samples. The second one 1490 for uninfected or for negative values. The first one, the white, indicates for that is already provided in two experiments as a discussion. The first experiment based on the reinforcement learning algorithm, whereas the second experiment is performed based on the adaptive learning algorithms. ጎይቶም ገብሩ ድምፂ ይሸሎ ጎይቶም
عبد
ድምፂ ንእሽተይ የብልዋ ማይክ ዶ ተዓፅዋ ማይክሮፎን
هو دمزع زواله.
Okay. Then, according to the empirical results, deep CNN with adaptive learning algorithm achieved 98.5, 97.6, and 97.65 of accuracy, recall, and F1 value respectively. In deep CNN with reinforcement learning, it takes 125 minutes to train, and in adaptive learning, 75 the factor affecting of the performance, quality and pre-processing, model architecture and complexity, optimization algorithms, and Malaria is a serious life-threatening parasite disease. One of the most common infectious diseases causing widespread suffering, and this is all around the globe. The need for rapid, accurate, and scalable diagnosis
هيك عصوان مال الزناب.
anyhow ችግር የለውም ዝናቡ ሓደ ግዜ ማይክ ተተዓፅዋ ጽቡቕ ነይሩ ማይክ ንእሽተይ ተተዓፅዋ አጋጣሚ ድምፅታት ብሎ ኣለዉ መስለኒ Okay. The research proposed and evaluated an automated malaria parasite classification and detection system using deep convolutional neural network model using reinforcement and adaptive learning algorithms. Using the collected malaria dataset, both approaches were implemented and assessed based on standard classification metrics such as accuracy, sensitivity, F1 value, including time taken to train. Right? The deep CNN model using adaptive learning outperformed to the deep CNN model using reinforcement learning, achieving a classification accuracy of 98.5%, sensitivity of 97.6%, and F1 score of 97.65%. However, deep CNN model using reinforcement learning showed strong performance but required longer training times and more computational resources. As a future work, the model were trained and tested solely on the limited collected data sets. This feature is already based on the literature reviews. The future research should involve cross data sets validation using images collected from diverse sources like our data collection and imaging conditions to test model robustness. Then anyhow, I wanna be to inform you. ቅድሚ እዚ እንታይ ስሙ ምባልና ናብዚ already the first research title already I have present here is already sponsored by Aksum University. After the first research accomplished, we have started and accomplished second research on the title of malaria parasites, automated detection and classification of malaria parasites using machine learning algorithms with parallel computing techniques, and it's selected for international conference in WHO invitations. Anyhow, they won't inform Magabra Kadele. So thank you so much. If you have any question regarding to our study, you are welcome. Thank you.
اش قاري غتل
سمعك الهطم.
هو سمعنا اللي يدري.
Thank you very much. Actually, it was a nice presentation. You know me that I reviewed your proposal in this terminal report. Just I have seen your document in detail. It is so nice. Even your presentation is good. So in the first place, I have comments on your document. The first document is in your document regarding conventional neural network. You just mentioned CNN architecture, but in CNN architecture, the pseudocode you mentioned is too abstract. You have to just put in detail. In order to more readable and understandable, you have to just put in a connected and more detailed. It should not be abstract form, So you have to just comment. And in your abstract also, you just mentioned transfer learning models based on reinforcement learning algorithm and adaptive learning algorithm. Yeah. So, however, the methodology and the results sections don't extensively discuss the specific application. Or if I just mistaken, you have to just put it in detail. And regarding the in your research questions, you have mentioned different feature selection extractions. Which machine learning algorithm gives you a better performance? You mentioned different percent, different accuracy, 97.8 accuracy and 98.5 accuracy. Yes. So which machine learning algorithm is better? You just and as a question in regarding your dataset details, yeah. In the class distribution, you put 10,350 images are mentioned, yeah. 10,350 images. These images may be collected from different hospitals, but the exact count of infected versus uninfected cells is not provided. Why? You have to just mention it. Because data set is crucial. As a class. Maybe a class imbalance can significantly affect model training and performance. This is one of the questions. And regarding image resolution, in your document, the target resizing dimension are mentioned as 128 times 120 or 256 pixels, but it doesn't specify which one was actually used. Which one is actually used? Was the experimenters? Because here it raises consistency, So, and another question is, actually, what is your contribution? What is your contribution? Does your work represent a significant improvement? Do you believe that? Or it is competitive? Because you have reviewed different related works, yeah? So what is your contribution? Do you believe that you just bring a significant improvement, or your task is competitive regarding the previous works? So this is the last question. And you mentioned the critical factors that influence the accuracy and the speed. So if you just mention these critical factors, how did you get the better accuracy? So thank you very much. These are my questions, and You have a time to answer. Thank you very much. After.